The day started out at 0. I think it's up to 10 right now. I'm not sure. The New Year's Eve going to be -10, and the high the next day is going to be 1. This weather report brought to you by... So, here it is. My last video of the year. What a crazy year it has been. I'm just thinking of all the crazy things. It's our last video of the year.
Oh.
Last one.
Your last one. Our last one. Your last one.
I mean, you've taken part in this thing. You're gonna go clean up.
Onwards.
You're gonna go clean up where there was the first egg today, right?
Yeah. I don't want them to be confused and like start eating the egg.
First egg.
And then
Today, a day that the hive was what, 10?
Yeah.
10. How you doing, buddy?
See it?
Look at that. The first egg. The very first egg.
Very appetizing when you see it mixed in with all the frozen bird shit that I can't get cleaned off because it's
frozen.
Been below 0.
And I think right up there is the
magenta. Yep. She's the biggest one and has seemed like the most likely.
Well, so we have an egg. We just have to figure out how to because like I don't think I can make a frittata out of that.
You're not gonna try?
No.
You're gonna try to whip something up on your engine block?
Yes. You did a good job insulating this, by the way. Looks nice. Looks insulated.
Well, we'll see how long it stays that way. If they start to peck through the wire too much at it, and we have to end up lining the inside too. I hope not to.
And it tastes to home too. See the insulation, John's Manville?
From just down the street, down around the corner.
Yeah, only an insulation factory right next to our house. Aside from the normal stuff, feeding the cattle and that kind of thing, been working on this 1998 Dodge Dakota. My father-in-law bought this off of Big Iron. Got a good deal on it too because the transfer case is just totally broken. And being that this truck is 24 years old, or maybe because it's a 5-speed manual transmission, just really hard to find one. So we did find one in Tennessee, and it got here a couple days ago. And after lifting it up and kind of getting it in place, we noticed that there was a couple cracks in it, and that's just not, I mean, then the same thing could happen. So just kind of hitting pause on this for the moment and trying to figure out what the next thing is. Got some heat going in here while we're working on the truck. And that whole theory about heat rising, there's some truth to that because when I'm on the floor, I'm really cold, but when I stand up, it's warmer. So I think that thing they taught, it's true. It's true. And here's a throwback. You have to pop the seat forward to get in the back seat. I'm used to that handle being right there, not there. So the town of Brandon is just up here. So is that like goatee? Probably not. Here's a New Year's resolution proposal. If you're one of those people that says someone's name while talking to them, stop. Don't do that. It's so unsettling. I'll talk to someone and they'll say, oh, wait till you hear this, Mark. Let me tell you about this, Mark. It just sends chills down my spine. It's just unnecessary. Don't say someone's name to them while you're talking to them. Just a New Year's resolution idea if you're looking for one and you happen to do that. Don't. All right. Just went into the grocery store to get a little gin. It's a lot of gin, actually. For New Year's. Now, Shuva and I never actually stay up till midnight. We usually find a good familiar movie to watch with the boys. And then usually to bed at about 9 or 10. Maybe 11, but there's no need to stay up for New Year's. You know what's going to happen. So, also I just remembered I need to get some eggs. I get eggs at the grocery store in Garrettson because they have local eggs there. So, just kind of piddling. I haven't been off the farm in almost a week, so it's nice to get out, stretch my legs a little bit, see what's going on in the big city here. Looks like nothing's really going on. I think one of my New Year's resolutions is to not be one of those lazy people that just always uses the same music over and over again when making videos. Isn't that a cute little motel? I like this town a lot, but I stay in the shadows. Even though there's a part of me that wants to, I don't know what, get involved or whatever that even means, but it's always annoying when a new person comes to town but wants to be involved. I think new people just need to be quiet for a while. I think for 5 years, maybe, 5-year minimum. I'm feeling different coming into the new year compared to other New Years in the past. Because I always start the new year thinking, what is something this year that I can do different? What is something that I can do to completely change that day-to-day whatever, where I usually end up forgetting a greater percentage of the year because it's all the same. And of course, we did that. We did the big thing. We came here. And so, now what? Well, it goes without saying. I hope we continue to learn more and become more of an active part of this farm in both how it has operated for the past 50 years, in addition to developing some of our own whatever. But that crushing feeling of, have I wasted my life? I don't feel that burden anymore. And it's not because I know my calling was to be a farmer. No. It's because we did something crazy. We did something wacky. Gave up safety and security and a manageable life to be here. Overwhelmed, feeling incompetent most of the time. And I don't have that burden anymore. I did the crazy thing. And now we're coming up on 2 years since the big, I mean, lockdowns, shutdowns, stay at home, whatever you want to call it. And I have to wonder, now there's this labor shortage, and I wonder how many people out there have contributed to that in the way that Shuva and myself have. And that is being pulled out of your day-to-day routine. You start to realize, I didn't like this to begin with. And I think a lot of people did realize that, but don't quite know how to focus that energy. And so there are a lot of people out there who want things to stay shut down, who want things to continue to be locked down, who want to continue to work from home and not go to the office, whatever you want to call it. And I think that is because so many people don't like it. We're not meant to stay in offices all day. We're not meant to just all day. We're meant to do, to move, to whatever. And so in this case, Shuva and I, that's two people who are kind of plucked out of the workforce here now at what was previously a one-man operation, trying our darndest to fit in, to learn, to absorb as much as possible and become useful to my father-in-law in this, and at the expense of, as I've said multiple times, holidays, vacations, retirement plan, health insurance, whatever it is, all because we got that sense of clarity that we didn't like it. And so far, so good. I like where we're at. I like what we're doing. And in no way have I ever put that blame on my former employer, who I've referenced in past videos, a place that I worked at for 17 years and enjoyed, left on great terms. I don't put that blame on them. I think a lot of people, as they start to feel less and less fulfilled, they put the blame on their employer. They've changed. That's changed. It's not the place it used to be. By golly, there used to be a Christmas dinner, and we'd get good food. No, it's just that I changed. I got a degree at a community college because I couldn't go off to the big, and I'm glad I didn't because that would have been a lot of money. But I got a degree in, I don't know, media, marketing, something like that, and that's the field I worked in, and come to find out, as I got older, it's boring! It's so boring! Oh, I was so bored! And I think a lot of other people, too, are bored in the careers that they chose. Even if they hit all the marks right where they want to, which I can't say I did that, but it's just, it's not what we're meant to do. So many jobs, working your way up the ladder, whatever you're doing, the further you get, there's more inactivity. You're going to meetings, you're putting out fires. You know who puts out fires? Firemen put out fires. Where was I going with this? So I've got to unscrew the transfer case that we put in and realized was cracked because another one is hopefully on the way. So there's one final nut I have to get to, but it's in just a tight space. So the only way to really do it is with this broken wrench. I can just barely get in there and turn it. Which breaks my heart because it was really hard to get on. Now I have to get it off to get it back on again. Don't forget, I also originally took it off the original thing. Okay. Okay, where are you at? Right there. You know, when I'm doing things like this, I tend to daydream about things that are just buried deep in my brain. And right now I'm thinking about when I was in 3rd grade, I went to a Catholic elementary school and I was selling pizzas for my 4-H club. And I went to this teacher. She wasn't like a classroom teacher, she just was like a teacher that would go from class to class and read stories to people or something. I don't know. She was old though. She was very old. And so I went to her and said, I'm selling pizzas for my 4-H club. Would you like to buy a pizza? And she looked at me just real angry. And she said, I've never touched the stuff. So I just assumed, given how old she was, she'd never really seen pizza before or thought it was something evil. But now that I think about it, she was probably born between, I'm guessing, 1915 and maybe 1925. She would have seen a pizza before. Why was she acting so weird about pizza? I mean, she could just say, I'm not interested in buying a pizza, but I'm sure she'd encountered pizza. It wasn't a foreign concept to her. Ah! Got it! Oh! Ah! And got my broken wrench, too. Some of that discount gin I just got from the grocery store. Whew. Well, that's all I got for now. Happy New Year, and I look forward to the year that lies ahead, whatever it may bring. May it be prosperous for you. Oh, yeah, it's that gin.